I haven't looked at the stats or anything yet, but it certainly appeared that you guys played better in the second half than you did the first half. And was it Osama, the Sama factor, or was it what was said at halftime?
No, I just think we made great adjustments on both sides of the ball, honestly, and I thought we gained the momentum right there at the end of the first half with the block punt, able to put a score on the board before halftime. And, I thought our kids really did a great job and our staff did a great job. We tweaked a couple things on both sides of the ball, found some areas that we needed to attack better. And again, that's part of college football. There's some things that we thought going into the game, really on both sides, not exactly what we thought, and then had to make some adjustments. So I give a lot of credit to our staff. I thought they did a great job tonight.
One more thing for me, with 4 interceptions tonight, that's a ton. Can you just talk about those for a minute?
Well, I when you look at when those interceptions came, I think they would all have come when we won first down, and there were times where we didn't do a great job of that tonight, but there were times where we really did a really good job of that tonight. And I think when that happened, we were able to, put ourselves in the flow of the game back into our hands and make some great plays on the ball. So great from our kids, great to make some plays. Obviously, that turnover piece is huge, and we did a great job taking care of the football tonight as well.
Coach, you talk a lot about complementary football. Was that kind of what we saw on the field tonight in all 3 aspects of that?
Yeah, at times. I thought there were moments where you saw us play really good football tonight. And, again, you hope with this young team to be growing forward. And I would say, again, there's great growth. I thought the ability to, all 3 phases playing really good, and yet all 3 phases at times not playing as good as we wanted to too. So the thing that's really exciting, and just I told our kids, the fact of the matter of it is we still haven't come anywhere close to what we're capable of playing. That's exciting. Yet I think there was great growth in some areas, tonight that maybe we weren't as good the week before. So again, growth from our football team. Complementary football is the way you win football games at Iowa State, and it's how we'll have to continue to do it and be better.
Can you expand a little bit on the progress your youngest of young players have made over the first half of the season, particularly on the 2-play touchdown drive that was all freshmen that put you guys up 2 scores?
Yeah, you can't say enough about Randy asked the question, I think, on Tuesday about what would you say about this team, right? And I think one word I said is courageous. And this group is courageous. I mean, they have come in with a purpose. They have come in, and it's not always been perfect, but they demand to get better every day. And their growth has been exponential. They've had to step into some tough circumstances, and they've done a great job. They've never flinched. And again, I would say, yes, those are great runs, but I would still tell you that, man, I think it's like Eli Sanders, the veteran, that kind of giving you great confidence along the way. I would say Steve O'Klotz's play, man, giving those guys great. So our A players, our veterans, are when we're playing our best, they're leading the way, and I think it allows those young guys to play free and to grow forward. So we're really fortunate to have great complement there right now within our football team.
It's been a while since we've heard you talk about situational football, but did you get that tonight with the turnovers, the block punt, couple 4th down conversion, just big plays and big moments?
Yeah, and I think as we grow forward and start to play good football, then you can get into situational football, right, and have the ability to win. And, to be a team like that with that skill and that speed, you're not going to just sit there and go toe-to-toe. And just like last week, I mean, we never had the flow of the game, in our favor. And tonight we were able to find a way to get that, and then in the second half make the right adjustments and really complement each other. But that's how you win in this conference, as we know, and you continue to see. It's wide open. You better play your A football, and you better play your best game each week. And, from our end of it, I think the growth to be able to start to dive into some of the nuts and bolts right now, especially during this stretch run, it's going to be really critical for this team. But hopefully can learn a lot and take a lot from today.
What has Brendan Black continued to show you in order to become the first true freshman to start on the Iowa State offensive line in since 2008?
Yeah, I just think there's such again, I know we've talked about Brendan in here and the maturity that he has in his process, his preparation, how he practices every day, I think has really lit a fuse under that group, to be honest with you. And I think he has been the guy that's probably been the anchor of why that group has really taken off. he's got a spirit about what he brings to the table that's exceptional. I give a lot of credit. Again, a great high school football program. A guy that has really come in from day one, both in the weight room and on the practice field, and then obviously in the game, and it's been first class every step of the way. So I'm really proud of what he's done. That's not easy. I've never coached a freshman that's ever started, and to be able to do that is really, really impressive, to be quite honest with you, on the offensive line.
Coach, you guys went for it at one point late in the third quarter. That drive ended up with you guys taking a 24-7 lead, I believe.
Yeah.
What led to you making that decision to go for it and kind of going for the kill?
Yeah, I just felt like we had momentum on our side. Felt really good with where we were in the football game. You're kind of in no man's land a little bit down there, and I didn't want to kick another field goal if I didn't have to, and knew if we could put another score, a touchdown on the board, we could really give ourselves a great opportunity to maybe finish out the football game. So, honestly, the play we called didn't really come to fruition. Rocco made an incredible check down, kind of both on that play and the touchdown play are all Rocco back. And I think, again, for Rocco, taking care of the football again, I thought he managed the game exceptionally, made some big plays when he had to. But those two plays in that drive, man, those are Rocco back. They're two kind of broken plays. He makes the great play there, and then the scramble right there. I think it's on third down, and he hits Easton. So, all credit to Rocco, to be honest.
You said earlier that you feel like this team isn't close to reaching their full potential. In your opinion, what do you think the full potential of this team looks like?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's got a chance to be really special. We're at the midway point of the season, and I think this group has been it's grown every week. It continues to grow, and the great teams in college football, you can't declare them in September, and you sure can't declare them halfway through October, but they'll show up and at the end of October and November, and they're the ones that keep getting better. They get better week in and week out, and the one nice thing we got a great mix of seniors that it's really meaningful and important, and you got a lot of young guys that have a great spirit about who they are and who they want to become. So we got a great mix, we got a great coaching staff, and we got to continue to demand to get ourselves better.
The fact that this was Jeff Trice's legacy,
Yeah.
what part did that play in this?
Yeah, I think, Randy, and again, for us, this has not been a 1 week situation. This is something we've talked about every step of the way going into this season. This really special year that you're celebrating, one of the most powerful figures that have ever come through this university. And again, we talk about courage, and we talk about against all odds. And here is a man that defined that for our young football team. And so, obviously, what an opportunity to get a great win tonight when everybody is celebrating that. But more importantly, I think what his legacy has meant to our program over the test of time, and certainly what has meant this year being such a special year for us, it's really huge.
You talk about making adjustments at halftime. What were those adjustments, and how did it make a difference in the game?
Well, I just think, again, the ability in the run game on both sides of the ball, if you look at what the stats were going into halftime, they weren't in our favor. And I think we were able to do some things defensively to change the front, to change a little bit about how we could support the run that I thought was really, really big. And then on the flip side, offensively, I think we knew we were really close, and we were able to find some different things, alignments that would really helped us, and both, tight end alignments and certainly backfield alignments have really helped us be able to kind of find some creases. So a lot of credit to our coaches, and obviously great credit to our kids to execute.
This has been one of the best performances you guys have put up from the running game so far this season. Can you talk about the growth that you've seen from that group across the board?
Yeah, again, I would just say this: you got to remember, you got a first-year starter at center, you've got a true freshman starting at right guard, you got a first-year starter at left tackle. And so you put that in, and then you've got almost brand new tailbacks. Eli's the veteran, and everybody else is either a sophomore or true freshman. And so I just think time and the ability to settle in and really start to kind of mesh together. And I think that group has played better every week. I think there was a point where we had to draw a line in the sand, and they got to keep getting better. If we want to be a great football team, even though Randy will be mad at us, we got to still run the football. And good teams run the football to have success and win football games. So, I think our kids understand that. We know how we have to win here, and we got to keep getting better. But that group has demanded to get better for the last couple of weeks, and I'm proud of them. Thank you. All right, guys. Thanks. Yes.